Hello, this is Dr. Gackman here. Um, this may seem like silly random recording things or whatever, but and I'd already made a video about last year's thing, but talking about this year's now. The door is opening. Last year, Best Buy had an event. The last couple of years they've been doing it. It was called Smash Fest last year. This was around E3 time, where people got to play Smash Brothers for the first time. That was the big title that year. I don't think there was really anything else. This year, though, it's going to be Mario Maker. Not as exciting, but I still think that it would be a really cool game to have and fun to play. I don't know if it'll be fun to demo. I don't know if they're going to give you like a certain amount of time to make a level, and then your friends are supposed to try it, or if they have pre-made levels or whatever. I don't know. I have my Wii U pad out here because I'm going to show you some stuff on the internet later on for like E3 predictions. But for right now, kind of making this video in the meantime, so I don't have to write a whole bunch of stuff down. Hopefully it's not long-winded. But last year, I want to thank Donald again. My friend Donald, he took me to the event. Normally, they were closer by, but last year and this year, they were all the way down in Tri-County, which is drive away from. And since I don't have a ride, I thank him. Hope he gets to come this year, but this year I'm getting a ride with Robert, and I want to thank you ahead of time, Robert. This was down in the Tri-County Mall Best Buy, and it'll be the same this year too. It's also going to be in Tri-County. That's the next closest one. Last year's game again was Smash Brothers, and this year's is Mario Maker. Last year they had a lot of deals. You pre-ordered the game, and you got the gold Smash Brothers coin, which I coveted greatly, because the year before I got the Luigi coin, which was pretty awesome. And years before I got the Mario Galaxy coin, so it's kind of like a coin set that I'm a Nintendo collector and everything. So, but this year, I guess the big thing is, if you can see it on this screen here, it's probably going to be a little blurry, a pin set when you pre-order. Now, they didn't specify whether you had to pre-order. It's not clearly known whether you have to pre-order this game or if it's certain particular games. I've heard conflicting reports. But either way, these are all, looks like they were all in the Super Mario Bros. 1 style. But these pins kind of reveal some new things that weren't in previous videos or reveals of the game. For instance, they have the cloud car, or clown car, that Bowser rode in Super Mario World, and also it seems to be a Bowser Jr.-ish character on Bowser's back there. And then there's this spiny helmet for Mario. I'd always had the idea of, when you kick a Koopa out of his shell, you could take his shell and, bodyboard on it or use it as armor or whatever. Kind of like the Hammer Brothers suit in Super Mario Brothers 3. I always loved that thing. Maybe this is that concept going forward. I don't know. But either way, these are new things kind of revealed in this pin set. And this pin set, I imagine they'll do the same thing that they did last year. You'll be able to pre-order it, but only at the Best Buy stores that are doing this event. Which means when you go to pick the game up, you're going to have to go to that Best Buy, because that's when they're probably going to give you the pre-order bonus. They're not giving you the pre-order bonus like last year. Last year, what they did was, they tempted everybody to come out there and get this, but you didn't get it until you picked the game up. I wasn't going to pre-order the game down there because I already had it pre-ordered at my local GameStop on both 3DS and Wii U. But my friend Donald, who didn't even have a Wii U at the time, decided, I think I'll take the plunge, and he went ahead and pre-ordered that game so that he could get this coin. And then he sold it to me because he knew I really, really wanted it. So I thank him for that as well. Um, so I imagine it'll be the same thing this year with this pin set. You will have to pre-order at that store, and then you get this pin set. It's very similar to this pin set. I don't know if it's. I mean, they're like pins, like buttons. I don't know how big they are, but similar to that, on Best Buy's page, there's because this is the 30th anniversary of Mario. It says the 30th anniversary Super Mario Brothers. It says get a free 30th anniversary Super Mario Brothers button when you demo Mario Maker at a participating store. That makes it sound like they're just going to give it to you if you're like amongst the first in line to play the game. Which hopefully Robert and I and whoever else comes with us, will be there pretty early so that we can get this. So the pin set and then the 30th anniversary pin, I don't know if that is related to the pin set. It's probably going to be the same size, and then they're going to say if you want the other pins you have to pre-order, blah blah blah. If that's going to be at the event, probably. That's the way it's worded. In past events, they had plenty of swag out there for people to get. Last year, they were really strict on how much you could get and what you could get. Usually it was stuff that was somewhat related to the game that they were featuring, but they also had like the representative that was there had past promotional material that he just also put out there for people to grab. Last year, I'd gotten this sticker set for Super Mario Brothers, or Super Smash Brothers for 3DS and Wii U, and then it's got another sticker here. And then there was also 2 buttons that they gave out. And then these weren't like giveaways or anything, but I grabbed them because they were like pre-order cards. You put $5 down and blah blah blah. That's like your proof of pre-order. But I just got them because I collect everything Nintendo, including like brochures and even coupons. Speaking of coupons, I am going to set aside some money. Try to anyway when we go to this event, because last year I didn't know anything about this, and I think they were giving these coupons out at all of the Best Buys, but I could be wrong about that. But at least at the Best Buy that we went to for the Smash Fest last year for E3, they gave away these coupons, and these coupons are unbelievable. These were like $50, $60 games, $20 off. Now, of course, they're expired. They expired pretty much at the event. They hold the event 2 days, Wednesday and then Saturday. We're going to the Wednesday one. $30 off either a 2DS, 3DS, XL, or a Wii U, which was nuts. I think that's why. I can't remember if that's how Donald did it or if he got the system somewhere else, but he did pre-order the game there, right then and there. And then there was 10% off accessories, which is pretty awesome too. If they have similar coupons like this year, I'm going to take advantage of it. I didn't have money last year, but this year I'm going to take advantage of it if they have similar coupons again. So I'm just letting people know up ahead, if they go to this event, don't be surprised that they'll have these great offers, and if you don't have the money, try to set aside some money, like I'm going to try to do this. So, possible other swag. Last year they had, I think Mario cat ears, which was from the previous year for Super Mario 3D World. I didn't get all the cat ears. I think I got two sets of them, and then I had to get the other 2 online. Cost me a little bit, since I'm a completist when it comes to collecting these kind of things. Hopefully they don't have anything crazy like that that are going to be really hard to get, but who knows? We'll see what they'll do. But they'll probably have past event, or not past event, but like past E3's thing, promotional material. Splatoon was the big thing at E3 last year for promotional material when you were at the event. I imagine any leftover stuff will be given to representatives to give out at this event. And from what I heard, it was going to be the Splatoon hats with the tentacle, what do they call it? Like tentacle flaps on the side, like you see on the Inkling boy and girl amiibos and characters in the game. So they might have those hats out there. That'd be awesome. If not that, they might have those. They were Target exclusive at the beginning, but maybe they might have them at Best Buy. Maybe the representative will have them. The squirt guns. They had squirt guns for when you picked up Splatoon there. They may have other games that are completely unrelated to any of that, Splatoon or whatever. I imagine it's going to be as supplies last, and they're going to be really strict about how much stuff you can get. I think last year was supposed to be, you were supposed to pick up maybe 2 items, and I got a Kirby Eraser, a sticker book, but I also got extra stuff because I went through the line several times and sneaked around it, because, I'm like that. I like to steal from little kids. No, I don't. So now I'm on to E3 predictions, and I'm going to try to make this short and fast because this is already long-winded, as I usually tend to get, even though when I plan these out, I think to myself, this is not going to be that long. But what not to see at E3 this year? A lot of people I hear are talking about, oh, they're going to show their cell phone games, or the Nintendo X, or the NX Next system, or whatever. You could talk all day about that, but that's not going to be there. Iwata himself is not going to be there. There's probably going to be a pre-recorded, instead of there being a stage presence, because the last 2 years has been pretty successful with the pre-recorded events, and Iwata will probably be in that video, but he won't be at the event, or at the show. Zelda, the illustrious Zelda Wii U that everybody keeps talking about, and even the E3 website's touting, is not going to be there, according to Anamura. So it might make a sneak appearance or whatever, but it's not going to be playable, and it's certainly not going to show off anything new or grand or whatever. It may just be behind closed doors. Who knows? We don't know. But I don't think it'll be there in any huge capacity, because I think the game is a little bit further off. They're really going to make the Wii U kind of a system that's mainly, in my opinion, they're going to make it not for people who have every system or whatever. It's mainly going to be for longtime Nintendo fans. So they're going to, I would hope that they would finally go back and do something with, Metroid and F-Zero again, but we don't know. We don't know. They are going back to Star Fox, though. That will be one of the games that will be there. Before any of that starts, though, Sunday there's going to be a Smash Direct with Sakurai, and I imagine that there's going to be new character, downloadable content reveals, including, everybody's saying Ryu from Street Fighter. That would be awesome. I don't know if it's going to be true or not, but it's certainly very probable. There's going to be a live broadcast of the Nintendo World Championship 2015 tournament. Wow, you're staring at nothing right now as I do this. I'm sorry. Here's the E3 website. I'll get to that in just a moment. As I predicted, the winners that were at the Best Buy events late last month, there's 8 of them, 8 different Best Buys were holding preliminaries. They're going to be, I don't know if they're going to be competing against or competing alongside or with or whatever the celebrity gamers that are also competing, quote-unquote celebrity gamers. There's a bunch of speedrunners. Nobody that I know that I watch in particular or whatever, but I knew Nintendo was going to do that. The people who had signed up right away with their YouTube agreement, there was many people that complained about that, blah, blah, blah. The people who signed up with it, though, they get treated special by Nintendo and got invited to this thing. So we'll see if that means that they get to compete against the other people who were in the preliminaries at Best Buy. I imagine, they already talked that they're going to have past games in there, including Zelda. I don't know how they're going to score that or whatever, but we'll see. I imagine that they'll mix in Splatoon in there, too, because it's been pretty popular recently. But we'll see. Maybe Smash Brothers, maybe other older games like, see here, F-Zero on GameCube or whatever, maybe to try to sneak peek that they're going to have an F-Zero in the future. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just speaking out my ass right there. But I think the biggest thing that I'm predicting is that they're going to have, this on the E3 website, and I think one of the channels, at least online, it's going to be streamed live. Kind of like how they did the Video Game Awards, which was actually pretty nice, and Nintendo was heavily involved with that. So I imagine that the final game that they're going to have for the competition is going to be a brand new game, kind of like a la The Wizard, when they first revealed in America Super Mario Bros. 3, and that was, almost, what was that, 25 years ago, just like the last tournament. So I imagine that they'll do something like that. It'll be a brand new game, and it lines up right around the time with when these new announced titles are supposed to be. You'll see here at 2:40 p.m. on the first day. Let me see here. Day 1, June 16. There's going to be a bunch of unannounced titles. I imagine none of them will have anything to do with Nintendo. I could be wrong about that, though. But Nintendo Title 1, right where the red light is appearing, you're not going to be able to see this. This is really, really blurry. But there's one title there. On the E3 website, too, when you get to the last day, which is the third day, the 18th, this will scroll down, there are 15 unannounced titles, and there are 5 Nintendo titles. Now, it doesn't say Nintendo unannounced titles, it says Nintendo titles. I imagine some of these games we already knew about, like the Devil's Third, possibly Star Fox. The new game that they might have at the end of the tournament, that'll be, of course, one of the announced titles. Right after Nintendo announces theirs, Square is going to show one of their unannounced titles. Could be related, I don't think so, but we'll see. On the last page here, like I said, it's showing Nintendo is going to have 5 titles to show off, probably new, but they probably have been previously announced, some of them. Namco's going to have a title. It's probably going to be that Project Treasure, which I'm looking forward to. They don't say anything about the Devil's Third on here. That could be under Nintendo's banner. I'm certainly looking forward to that. Platinum is supposed to show off a new title. It could be Nintendo related, but I don't think so. I think the closest thing that we'll get from Platinum is possibly Bayonetta being in Smash Brothers. That would be pretty cool, and I'd be satisfied with that. I'm definitely looking forward to Bloodstained, Igarashi's project, kind of spiritual successor to Castlevania. Also, spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie is Yooka-Laylee, and possibly, and this could be a Nintendo title, maybe Nintendo gobbled it up because we haven't heard about it in a while, but it could be dead, is the spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness, Shadow of the Eternals. That could be one of the Nintendo announced titles. Another possibility for a Nintendo announced title is the Pokken Tournament, and that's very possible that could be the last game that they play in the Nintendo World Championships 2015. And that would be a huge deal. They would show, oh, we got a new game, and they show Pokken Tournament, yeah, and they get to play it now, and it's also coming to Wii U later on, blah, 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 and all that stuff. I really thought that there was going to be an announcement with Tecmo Koei of a new Hyrule Warriors or a new Nintendo-branded Dynasty Warriors Musou game, but it got leaked out that they're actually porting the one from Wii U to 3DS. So that surprise is either ruined or maybe there is something else in the works. Maybe it's something like Metroid, since Tecmo has worked with Nintendo on Metroid before. Another Metroid collaboration that could be possible is there's not a Call of Duty game coming to Wii U, which I don't care. I don't think that the Wii U audience really cares about Call of Duty at this point, not after the last couple of games didn't get the good treatment that the other games did, or the other systems did, but that's beside the point. I'm not going to get into that. But there could be a Nintendo-themed Call of Duty, maybe Metroid-related, futuristic, who knows. That's kind of like a fanboy wet dream of mine. Not that I'm a huge Call of Duty fan, but I'm a huge Metroid fan, and I think that would be kind of cool. Star Fox, Diddy Kong was recently patented again. Retro and Platinum and a couple other developers, publishers were saying, pay attention to Nintendo's E3 Twitter and all that stuff. So there could be a retro game. I would imagine that there would have to be. They've been working on something. Again, I'm looking forward to the Devil's Third. Kojima could be doing something. I don't think it'd be Nintendo related, but I still like to see what he might have. So, I mean, these are just some predictions, what might possibly be there. You know, speaking out my ass kind of right now, and you're probably bored with this video already, but I'm just telling people how to gear up for this Best Buy event for E3 if you're a Nintendo fan, and, you know, we'll see if I'm right about some of the stuff, and we'll talk about it as we go, I'm sure. Thank you again, Donald, last year, and thank you again, Robert, for this year. And I can't wait to hang out with you guys, and I'll talk at you later. Bye-bye.